The night shift at Crestwood Academy was always the quietest part of Samuel's day. The single dad had been working as the school's janitor for nearly 3 years now, juggling buckets, mops, and endless hallways that smelled faintly of floor polish. It wasn't the dream life he once imagined for himself, but it was honest work, and most importantly, it allowed him to provide for his little daughter, Lily. That evening, as he pushed his cart down the auditorium corridor, Samuel noticed the faint flicker of light coming from inside. Curious, he pushed open the heavy doors. What he saw made him stop in his tracks. A young girl sat alone in her wheelchair near the edge of the stage. She couldn't have been older than 10. Her hair was neatly brushed, a pretty bow tucked behind her ear, but her eyes carried the heaviness of someone who felt forgotten. The auditorium was decorated with glittering streamers and balloons. Clearly, it had been the site of some kind of school dance. But now, the room was empty, silent, except for the girl. Samuel stepped closer, quietly. "Hey there," he said gently, setting his mop aside. "The party's over." The girl glanced up, startled, then nodded. "They all left. Nobody wanted to dance with me." Her voice was small, breaking slightly. Samuel's heart clenched. He recognized that tone, the ache of being left out, the sting of loneliness. He knelt down to her level. "Well," he said, smiling softly, "looks like you didn't miss the best dancer in the room." The girl blinked. "You dance," he grinned, "only when no one's watching. Which makes tonight perfect." She giggled, a sound that lit up the room brighter than the hanging fairy lights. Samuel grabbed the mop handle, held it like a microphone, and with a playful bow, asked, "May I have this dance?" For the first time that evening, the girl's face blossomed into a full smile. "Yes." He carefully wheeled her onto the open floor, humming a tune under his breath. Then he began to sway, spinning her chair gently in rhythm. The two of them laughed, their laughter echoing through the empty auditorium as if the walls themselves were clapping along. Samuel twirled, pretended to stumble dramatically, and the girl clapped her hands, beaming like a child who finally felt included, seen, and celebrated. What Samuel didn't know was that high above, hidden in the shadows of the balcony, someone else was watching. Isabella Carter, one of the wealthiest women in the city, known for her ruthless business empire, stood frozen, her eyes glistening. She had come earlier, hoping to surprise her daughter after the dance, only to find her sitting alone, rejected by her peers. She had been ready to storm in, anger rising like a fire in her chest. But then she saw the janitor. This man, with no suit, no status, no spotlight, had given her daughter something priceless, a moment of pure joy. Down on the floor, Samuel had no idea who the girl truly was. He just saw a child who needed kindness. He dipped dramatically, spinning the wheelchair in a slow circle as if they were the stars of the evening. The girl's laughter rose again, bright and uncontainable. From the balcony, Isabella felt her heart soften in a way it hadn't in years. She had all the money in the world, yet in that moment, she realized her daughter needed something wealth could never buy: compassion, humanity, the simple magic of being treated as normal. And all of it came from the hands of a janitor who thought no one was watching.